Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. So, there's just something to share here. uh, throughout my life, me being who I am, which I want to say something, the Buddha, okay, because that's who I am, and there's some controversy there, I feel. Um, So I encourage you guys. I mean, if you have questions, you can always ask. But also, I think it could be good if you take a look into what has been said about the Buddha. Um, you know, just based on stuff that I've seen, it was said that he was born, and as upon his birth, it was said that he could either be a very powerful spiritual guru or military leader. Um, and then, in fact, upon meeting Joshua in New Orleans, he had just read or heard about in some way or manner, the real deal on the Buddha. Like one of his buddies, I think his name was Brian too, which is kind of funny. Shared a lot of information about the Buddha, and Joshua relayed that he was somebody who was very physical, very much astute to martial arts and combat. The soldier. So when you see me coming off like that, like there's a reason. It's Buddha isn't just this creature who sits under a tree and meditates all day. It's one aspect of him, as we all have many aspects to ourselves. So I want to throw that out there, and then also say that because of that, that's it's an enlightened warrior essentially. So any type of a warrior, he's got the tenacity to deal with battle and the stresses that come with it, and the spiritual pressure that comes with charging in or standing up for that which is right in the face of something that's trying to annihilate you. It's intense. So anyways, me being that, I have that intensity inside myself, so I can scare people. It's not the first time. When I say that, it's not like, oh, I can scare people, yay. No, it's actually, when it happens, I'm not even really intending to scare people, or when I say that, it goes back to what happened with Joy. And again, as I've admitted, I was not trying to threaten her. It was nothing about a threat. It was me being pissed off, but I did know that me doing that, she would see it as a threat. That would scare her. Excuse me. That's really one of the only instances that I've ever, really. No, there's been other instances, but it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've done and reacted that way. But anyways, I'm really not trying to get back into all that. My point is, though, because I feel like Taylor Bud, and just people in general are seeing me and Joshua, and you guys are afraid of us. Which I get because, I mean, we've made videos and we show, us using our bodies in ways that, have the potential to hurt people, and we talk about a lot of intense stuff. And at a time that we're in, I mean, people are really stagnant, just their energy is at a, it's like when you're depressed and you're really low and kind of like not moving very well or much, maybe, being around somebody with like a lot of high energy who's also kind of like giving you shit about things, it can be irritating. I get it. It can be irritating, it can also be, intimidating, I guess, to a certain extent, because, you're not able to keep up, or you feel like you're not able to keep up and your ego is beating you up about it, Again, these are just ideas. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going on with people, but I feel like there's something that's getting in the way of this project, of this movement, of us taking care of the children and changing the whole nature of creation, essentially, because creation is all about life. So if the state of life that we're in right now is nuts. I mean, I just heard about Australia. It's like they have like 1 hour a day of freedom. I mean, this is getting really, really crazy, people. I mean, and I have not seen anybody, even close to being at the same level that me and Joshua are as far as talking about like really using our spiritual pressure to change things here. Like, that's what it's about, people. This is a spiritual battle. Everybody wants to talk, and they're trying to fight the battle the same way the enemy's fighting the battle. And it's like, you don't realize how powerful you are, but you got to be doing things the right way. You can't just be wanting to talk and try to sell shit and then talk and sell shit and just like point fingers and be angry. I mean, that's not really doing anything. It's really simple. As soon as we start growing hemp, as soon as we start leaving these cities, as soon as we start, collecting our resources and allocating them in a good way to help perpetuate life for everybody, it's that simple. It's going to continue to grow while having a good time, while developing a culture. People are going to see this and they're going to be drawn to it. It's really going to be like putting a magnet out there for all like-minded people, and it's just going to slowly pull people in. And for those that want to stay in the system, that's fine for them. But I think a lot of people really do not want to continue on with this shit. But it does take, you got to realize the type of energy it takes to break that spell. And I think that's why I'm here, because I do have that orange energy. I do, I've been here in Oregon for 10 years, but I was raised in Phoenix, Arizona for 17 years. So it's a totally different energy in Phoenix, man. That's the South. There's a lot of sunshine all the time. I spent a lot of time outside. I was a wild boy, and I absorbed a lot of sunshine. So I have a tenacity to break through things that get in the way. I'm good at that, and I have a very high ability for endurance. So that's why I think it's the Buddha. It's my job here to kind of be an asshole and kind of like a drill sergeant, as 13 says. Like when you go to basic training and the drill sergeant, yeah, they're mean and but they get shit done. They get results. Like there's a reason why they're breathing that fire in your ass. It's to keep you going, and it's also in the heat of battle. You're gonna want that fire because that's what keeps you alive. You don't want a drill sergeant being like, oh, okay, let me get 20 push-ups and oh, you're kind of tired, maybe just do 15 push-ups. No, you want to push them, get that extra 5 push-ups in, maybe even push it a little bit more, because that's going to help them be stronger, so that when they really need that strength, they're going to have it. That's what's really on 13 Love is all about. It ain't about being easy and sugarcoat and shit. It's about fucking getting the most out of what you can, while still being loving. Not letting it turn into some type of an ego. Like, oh, you're not good enough, you can't do this, I'm better than you. No, like that. Just using it to help uplift and make people stronger, better. So, I know I come off kind of raw and hard, but my intention is really to help push humanity past this point that we're into something different and new. And I use a lot of terminologies like the 42 Laws of Ma'at and, Christianity and the Holy Bible and divine principles and the Moors, and these are all things that are Buddhism. It's all about love. It's all about taking care of ourselves and each other, man. It's really simple stuff. So, and even Pops isn't like too caught up on, oh, everybody's got to be a Christian. No, he's actually very all-encompassing of everything. You got to remember, he created it all. Not just Christianity. He created Buddhism. He created Satanism. He created all that shit. It all came from him. So he's not judgmental the way these churches are. I'm saying the churches, the whole church thing has really messed the word of Yahushua up. Now, there's some really good churches, and there's some really good foundations and organizations that go along with the churches. And I know the good churches have helped out a lot of people. And in New Orleans, we went to a great church that I had an awesome time at, so I'm not saying there's not good churches out there, but the majority of them are under satanic control. And because of that, they've got people under a satanic spell. And that's why, and with the COVID thing, what it really showed is without these churches, people's faith is kind of dead. Is what it is. People, they relied on the fact that they went to church every Sunday or whenever they went, that's enough. That's all they have to do is just continue to go to church and pay their 10% and, pray, and everything's going to be fine. But that's not what Yahushua was about at all. He was about doing the good work, fulfilling the Great Commission, having a relationship with God, which is from you and your relationship, how you, act out your life in accordance to the God's will. Not about going to church. That's some other shit that came after Yahushua. So again, I'm not trying to talk shit about the churches, but there are corrupt ones. There's a lot of them from what I've gathered. And the whole way that they operate things, I think, is very detrimental. Now, if we really have a church that's about the word, then in my opinion, they should just allow all to come and to also have a way to implement a working system so that we can expand and grow. You know, not a tithing. I mean, the tithing is all good and everything, but you know, it should really be an all-inclusive thing to where we're all working to help grow the church, not just like, oh, you got to work this separate job and you put a little bit in and then you just keep on feeding this thing that's just doing the same thing over and over again. There's no real growth. There's no real spreading of the love of Yahushua and righteousness, you know, in my opinion. So that's what we really be about. But again, the church isn't about a building. It's about the movement. It's about the essence. It's about the relationship you have with God and your ability to apply it, you know, and follow through with your faith and show that it's not dead, that it's very much alive and strong and thriving. And that's really the essence that's going to take to change things, man. I mean, when I say faith, it ain't just about, again, the Christianity, it's just the faith in love and creation and the power of, you know, turning things around and changing shit, knowing this ain't going to last forever. That we did come here to help life grow. But it's up to us to really do that and be about that. You know, we can't just sit back and watch this thing go, man, because there are those of us that are literally here to do that job. And if we don't do that job, the job won't get done. So, anyways, I love you all, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.